Huh?
Into it.
Get into it and set it up. Did you ever come up with like stuff that I told you? Not yet? Easier if I have like time to put thoughts together and do it in an efficient way rather than going off the top of your head like we did for your interview questions.
You'd be really close to
Could we do that? Like you should have stuff like your past goals since your term, future goals, or past accomplishments, future goals, have stuff like that on there. I wrote up Minette's letters, just like her donation letters. Like I feel weird asking for money. I was like, it's not for you though. It's not for you. It's not about you. It's not for you. It's to help you campaign. I wrote her up 2 letters.
Hi, Paul.
What's going on?
Hey, Paul.
Up in the shop was gonna go to work.
Not enough time in the day lately, I'll tell you.
I know it.
Is everybody all set to go?
The roll.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Edwin?
Hello, hello.
Edwin, gotcha. Chid, you're good?
I'm good.
Don?
Good.
Marty?
Good.
Nance?
Yep.
Okay, let's get it going here. All right, call the workshop to order on March 16th of 2021 at 5:00 p.m. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Here.
Councilmember Bumonto,
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Here.
Councilmember Nichols,
Here.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Here, please stand for a pledge. Pledge of allegiance to the
To the
flag
flag of the United States of America,
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
and
liberty and justice for all.
Okay, guys, let's see if we can shut our cell phones off for the meeting, please. And the dog barking and stuff, and keep it on mute when you're not speaking. Thanks, appreciate it. Okay, certification of prior meetings, we'll skip that. Reading of privilege of the floor. Edwin, do we have anything for tonight's meeting for privilege?
No, sir, we have nothing. We haven't had anything for the last few meetings.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Communication of the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mayor, do you have anything? Okay, we'll save that for the other meeting. Going to communications of public and petitions.
All right, request from the Dunkirk City School District to have police coverage for the following Dunkirk football games. Saturday, April 3rd at 10 a.m., Friday, April 9th at 7 p.m., Saturday, April 24th at 10 a.m., Friday, April 30th at 7 p.m., and Saturday, May 1st at 10 a.m.
Any discussion, council?
Yes, Councilman Vandenboer.
Yes.
Chief Ortolano, question.
Sure, go ahead.
I see a couple Saturdays on there. They're JV games. Do we usually cover their JV games, or just because of COVID that we're helping out with them?
That's a good question. This is just the correspondence that we received from the school district requesting officers for those days. So I don't know exactly what games they are, but that's just what they've requested from us.
Okay. Done JV games in the past?
Normally, no, we do not.
I didn't think so. Okay. So I'm guessing maybe this is a possibility that's for the COVID and keep the people
It could
spaced
be.
out.
They just might want some extra security in case there's any issues.
Okay. Thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Anybody
that's
else?
That's all I have on that one.
All right, thanks, Marty. Anybody else? Chief, are you good with this?
Absolutely, Paul. We're good.
The PBA is fine with it also?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Thanks. I need a motion to refer this to the city attorney and police chief and also the PBA
First,
by Bamanto,
Nichols.
second by Nichols.
Number 2, request from Juan Rivera on behalf of Unique Car Club of Dunkirk to hold their 3rd annual car show at Point Gratiot Park on Saturday, August 14, 2021, from 11 p.m. until 6 p.m. Proceeds from the car show will be donated to the local PBA.
Any discussion, council? I know this was brought up, this is the one last year that we brought up, and, you know, we had the discussion at the Public Works portion of it last Friday. You know, I made some phone calls over the weekend to see what was going on with this. I'm satisfied with it, the answers I received. Just want to ask, the police chief, you're good with this also?
And the only issue we had with it, as I talked to you, Councilman, was we received a couple complaints of the social distancing and not wearing their mask. Our duty sergeant went over there, spoke to them. He said they were very cooperative and didn't give him any problem.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think the word's out now that, we gave pretty much everybody a warning. So it's, the ball's in their court. So we'll see how they handle themselves this year. And if they don't, if they don't respect the park and other people surrounding the areas that live around that area, then, we're going to have to make that decision next year. But Randy, are you all right with this also?
Yes, sir, and we're going to help monitor it as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, Paul, I just have a concern with the loudness of the music for the residents down there.
Okay. Yeah, I know you mentioned that at Don's meeting last Friday. I think everybody had the same concerns, so I think that we all voiced our opinion on that, so.
Councilman?
Yes.
Paul, if the music gets to the point where it's that loud that it's bothering the area residents, we would encourage them to call the police desk, and we will send an officer over to have them turn it down.
Okay, thanks, Chief. I appreciate it.
Chief,
Anybody else?
Yeah, I just want to ask the chief if he could say that during the regular meeting as well, because a lot of people don't tune into the workshop.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Anybody else? All right, so I'm going to need a motion to refer this to Police Chief and Public Works Director
So move.
by Williams,
second,
by Bamanto.
Number 3, request from Frankie Ramos, owner of Ramos Tacos and More on the boardwalk in Dunkirk, to host a singer accompanied by a radio on May 5th, 2021 from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m.
Any discussion on this, council?
I think it's a clever
It's
idea.
just gonna be in front of their, I'm sorry.
Think
Go
of
ahead, Nancy.
What? Okay, I think it's a clever idea with him having the tacos there since it's Cinco de Mayo.
And then my only concern would be that they stay in that area in front of their place. It looks like reading the letter and everything that they're hoping that it'll bring business to all the other businesses down there at the boardwalk also, but just in case, keep it in front of the business that they rent instead of all over the boardwalk.
Richard, you good with that? Okay. Thanks.
Paul, my other concern is Are all the other businesses, do they have to be notified of this, or is that guy on his own on it?
Richard, you got an answer for that?
Paul, I got lost there for a minute.
We could
Yeah,
just do
Richard.
a quick notice to everybody that that's going to be happening.
Okay,
That's not a problem.
okay, thank you,
Okay.
Richard.
Okay, so I need a first on that
Nichols,
So move. Second.
by Williams.
Okay, number 4, notice of claim from Paul Leone of 668 Brigham Road for damages to his basement that was flooded due to backed up sewage.
Any discussion, council? Need a motion to refer the city attorney and Department of Public Works Director
First,
So move.
by Bamanto, second by Williams.
Number 5, loudspeaker application request from Douglas Jaffrey on behalf of the Northern Chautauqua Conservation Club for permission to use speakers radio and host live bands for various events starting May 20th, 2021 to October 1st, 2021 until 1 a.m.
Richard, this is pretty much the same thing that we got okay every summer, correct? For spring, summer, and fall. Good. Chief, you're good with this?
Absolutely, no problem.
Okay. Thank
Oh,
you.
the-
Anybody else?
yeah, the
Council?
ending time, Paul, is that the same time, the 1 a.m.? Is that the same time that has been done in past?
That's
I believe-
that, yeah, the 1
On the
a.m.,
lakefront.
right, the 1 a.m. is reserved for the Harborfront District, which they're allowed to do from May to September, or October until 1 a.m.
Thank you.
Need a motion
Nichols,
first,
by Nichols, second
second,
by Bamanto.
Number 6, loudspeaker application request from Jason Schrantz on behalf of Bart's Cove for permission to use speakers for bands inside and outside from May 1st, 2021 to November 30th, 2021. Times will vary from 1 p.m. ending by 1 a.m.
Any discussion, council? Pretty much same thing, guys. Need a first?
first,
Bamanto,
Second.
by Williams.
Okay, number 7, loudspeaker application request from Frankie Ramos of Ramos Tacos and More at the Boardwalk for permission to have a radio boombox at his restaurant on May 5th, 2021 from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. to promote his restaurant and the Dunkirk Boardwalk.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, how did the rest of the people at the boardwalk feel about this?
Richard said he was gonna reach out to everybody.
Yeah, I think when these requests come from the boardwalk, they should have something that they have already talked to these people that are running those businesses down there and see what they feel. It would make this whole thing a lot easier.
Similar to like a neighbor.
Yeah, I think it's just for the 1 day thing, so,
This is 2 days, Paul.
no, just May 5th.
May 5th.
4 to 7.
Cinco de Mayo.
1 day. It's just 1 day. Like I said, Richard, if you could reach out to other business owners, that's what that area is all about. So, I mean, they have a good time and try to promote their businesses. So I need a first for that
Nichols,
First,
by Nichols,
second,
by Bamanto.
Number 8, loudspeaker application request from Juan Rivera on behalf of Unique Car Club to use amp speakers for a DJ on Saturday, August 14, 2021 from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. at Point Gratiot Park.
Any discussion, council?
That doesn't include the speakers of the cars that are there, right? Anybody know?
That's not what the request is for. This is for the DJ.
Okay.
Need a first?
So move.
Williams,
second,
Bamanto.
God damn this thing.
Okay, here we go. Reports of standing committees, boards and commissions, Councilman Williams.
Nothing for the workshop.
Okay. Councilman Bamanto.
Randy. Question, the 400 block of Mullet, about someone else's trash is being dumped there. Have we looked into that and did you pass that along to building code or anything like that?
Glenn, that's one that we've been looking at, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't
Really?
receive anything
Yeah.
yesterday. This was from last week. I didn't receive a call or anything.
Okay.
I know you looked into it and took care of it, but I didn't know if we had to cite them or anything.
We'll keep an eye on it, and I'll work with Glenn and Alan on doing that.
Okay. There'll be a 4 p.m. finance meeting on Thursday, April 1st. Councilman Van Mover, that's all I have for here.
Marty, what was that again? 4 o'clock, what time? 4 o'clock at what date?
April 1st, a Thursday.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman.
Marty, I already told you I got for my second shot.
Yep. If anything changes, Jids, just let me know.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Straw,
Nothing for here.
thank you. Councilwoman Nichols.
Nothing for here.
I just have two things I'm going to ask in the public session, Richard. I'm just going to ask request that the council could get an agreement for the Pier 30 building with Mr. Pringle, some kind of contract that you guys had through that, so we can take a look at it.
Okay.
And
Development,
then,
we'll work that out for you. Get you
okay, I
copies.
appreciate it. Thanks. And also, if you had any luck with any of the agreement with the lease agreement with the seniors with the county?
We have not had that follow-up discussion as of yet. No.
Okay. I mean, can we try to expedite that so we can get it?
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Those are only two things I'm going to ask. So,
Paul, can I have a second?
sure.
I just want to remind everyone, we can bring it up again at the public portion. APO changes Easter Sunday, April 4th, we go to weekly from daily. And that will go through till November. So as of April 4th, Easter Sunday, you will park on the even side for that entire week. So we go from daily back to weekly.
Excellent. Thanks. Yeah, that's a good reminder, Chief. I appreciate it. If you could, if I forget, just to remind me on
Yeah.
that.
Yes, and overnight also ends on Central Avenue, Brigham, Main, and some of the dead end side streets.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you. Moving on to unfinished business. Don, I'm going to ask you to bring up, see if you can bring up the low original to bring that back up again.
Okay.
So we can revisit that, see if we have a motion to reconsider.
All right, I'll make that motion at that time.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll make a motion to reconsider, and then I'll open the floor up for any discussion on the council, and then Edwin, I'll just have you call the roll on that, correct? Everybody good? Everybody on board with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, moving on to pre-filed resolutions.
Number 17, resolution authorizing Adopt a Garden program.
Any discussion, council? Okay, next.
Hey, Councilman at large,
Yes,
if I could, just with that Adopt a Garden program, I don't know that it would have to be an amendment or added, but they're just, as I look through it, not saying it was this group specifically, but we've had a issue in the past where some of the garden plots were right next to or surrounding fire hydrants.
okay,
So, I mean, it should go without saying that, you know, they can't be done around the fire hydrants or in front of them. Some of the plants got to be, you know, 5 or 6 feet tall and actually consume the fire hydrant. So I don't know if we need to add that in there or, you know, it's just something that I spotted when I looked through that. So I don't know if any of the plots will actually be on city property or if that's been discussed, but it has actually been an issue in the past where we've had summers where there was 2 or 3 hydrants that.
so Mike, why don't we just do this? Why don't we, you know, when we do bring that up, I'm going to ask for any discussion, and then I'm going to ask you to speak on behalf of that, and then if that's good enough. But if you want us to do something, we can do something different. You just let me know.
I'm sure that would be good enough, and I'm sure that, you know, they're pretty receptive, and they probably already realize that, but just because we've had the issue in the past, it should be stated, I think.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks, chief.
All right.
Anybody else? Moving on, 18.
Councilman, yeah, and Public Works can help enforce that. The chief as well, we'd be happy to.
Okay, thanks, Randy.
Number 18, authorizing the Dunkirk Fire Department to provide event EMS services for a fee.
Mike, you want to mention anything about this at all?
Sure. Basically, this came up because we were notified there is a possibility that the Fredonia School District and the Silver Creek School District may be asking for EMS services and standby for certain football games. So we really didn't have anything in place to, you know, charge a fee for those services in the past. The standbys that we do for the school district here, we have done in the past for just an in-kind services type thing, and I think we would continue to do that. But if we have other groups coming in and, you know, they need those services, obviously that's a cost to us because we have to bring crews back. So we want to establish a fee for that. As of right now, we haven't heard anything from those school districts or Dunkirk as far as requesting that service of us. But, you know, there are other things that go on during the year that certain groups may ask for EMS standbys, and I think it's time that we establish a fee for that.
Okay, sounds good. Mayor, you're on board, obviously, right?
Yes, we had a full discussion on it, and I am in full agreement. I think there should be something, at least giving the chief the opportunity to enter into agreements up to a certain amount.
The other thing under new business, Mayor, do you want to mention, like we talked about Saturday, about the lawsuit, or do you think do you want to bring that up tonight, or about the Refresco?
Yep, I'll just say that I have reached out to Refresco as soon as that article was in the paper. I mentioned to them that we were shocked to see that in the paper. They said they were more shocked than we were. They said they have no issues with the city whatsoever. We have a good relationship. So they are not involved at all in that lawsuit.
Good, thanks.
Chairman?
Yes.
Yes, sir. There was a correspondence from Denise Vance that I was hoping to read. It's a letter to the council about the vaccine clinics.
Okay.
Okay, you want me to read that now, or do you want me to just wait until the?
Yeah, we can just read it on the regular meeting. You don't have to read it now.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Anybody else? New business? Seeing none, need a motion to adjourn.
Nichols.
I'll move. Second.
By Nichols, second by Williams. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. Meeting's adjourned. See you in about 10 minutes.
Councilwoman Nichols.
What?
Hi. Do
Oh,
you want to announce the economic development meeting
I
on
wrote it
Thursday?
down. This is for 3 o'clock?
It's at 4 o'clock.
4, okay. Yep, I have it right here. I wrote it down.
Good.
This bucket.
is that little girl?
This thing keeps going in and out on me. Stats anyway.
Like the telephone.
Huh?
Like the telephone.
Huh.
So that's out.
Well, when you're at Walmart, that one.
I've got 5:30, sir.
Okay. Just waiting on Nancy here, I think.
Let's see Dopey's text message.
Waiting for Al Bumbry.
Batting first. Playing
He
center.
may.
She's coming, she's coming.
Okay, I think we're all set now. Don, you're good?
Yep.
Marty?
All set.
Jidge?
Good.
Nancy?
Good.
Edwin?
You got it, sir.
All right. I'd like to call the regular the regular meeting of the Common Council order on March 16th of 2021 at 5:30 p.m. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Here.
Councilmember Nichols,
Here.
Councilmember at Large Vandenboer.
Here, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I also want to just send out condolences from the council to the Briggs family. Harry Briggs, past councilman, first ward councilman of the city of Dunkirk, and past fiscal affairs officer. So, great family. And like I said earlier, in the year that we've lost a lot of friends and a lot of loved ones. So with this terrible COVID-19 and everything else that's associated with it. So I just like to mention that tonight on behalf of the council. Thank you. Moving on to that, certification of prior meeting.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021 was presented to the mayor on Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. Pursuant to section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. And witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and the seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, this 16th day of March, 2021.
Need a motion dispensing the reading of the minutes?
Nichols.
So moved. Second.
Seconded by Williams.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Councilman, I apologize. We do have a correspondence from Denise Zenz, and since she's one of us, I didn't feel like that was a correspondence from the public, so I do apologize.
That's all right, no problem.
Okay, this is greeting Dunkirk Common Council. I would like to thank you all for approving both of these city-sponsored free rabies clinics at last month's meeting. Having these clinics is very important to the health and safety of the residents in the community and their domestic pets. We are still set to go for Saturday, March 27th from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. and still have a few slots open for pre-registration. We have to reschedule the second clinic from Saturday, April 24th to Saturday, May 1st due to a conflict with the veterinarian schedule. Dr. Frost and her staff from Dunkirk Animal Hospital are kindly donating their time and services, so moving the date is the least we can do to accommodate her. The time will remain the same from 9 a.m. until noon. I will update all sources of media and advertisements so that everyone is aware of the change. Once again, thank you for your continued support and have a great evening. Denise Zenz, Dunkirk Dog Control Officer.
Awesome. Thank you, Edwin. Moving on, communication of the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mayor?
As I mentioned at the workshop, what you read in the paper, just wanted to assure the council that we have a very good relationship with Refresco. I attempted to make contact with all of the higher ups, and I did get in contact with the person in charge of the location here in Dunkirk, He's assured us that they do not have any part in that lawsuit. So I just wanted to make the council aware of that. And by the way, as far as the issue is, I don't know if the council's aware, but the city does have ownership of a pump station out on Stegelsky Avenue, which is out of service at the present time. We do have 2 warehouses in that area there that the pump station was providing fire protection for. Apparently there was a contract in service with the township of Dunkirk to provide maintenance for that pump station, which they received some revenues for. There's issues there that we're dealing with currently, which is why we are in the situation we are in. The city did not budget any funds for the repair of that pump station. The pump station repair is going to cost approximately $85,000. And so we are working with the state, the county, and hopefully the township to try to see how we can partner in repairing that pump station.
Yeah, I
The
think
other
that's
thing,
really fair for that. I mean, I'm sorry, Mayor. I just think it would be fair if everybody would get together and help it.
absolutely. I agree with you. As I said to them, the city will be repairing the pump station. The issue right now is funding for it. And I believe that in my opinion, I've expressed it to the IDA in writing. The county IDA, I believe, I'm hoping would help us. I received notification from them that they are not going to be helping us in any way as far as funding it goes. The township, I've reached out to them. Supervisor Pearl has indicated that they have no funds available. And we have reached out to the state to see if we can get help from them. So it is an issue. I've met with Fire Chief Mike Edwards, our DPW director, our development director, our city attorney. I've discussed it also with our city treasurer and our fiscal affairs officer. The general consensus is that we should fix it, but we're going to hope that we can get some help in funding. So that's where we're at on that situation.
Mayor?
Yep.
I could just ask, it was reported that we should be getting a little over 11 million from the federal for that stimulus they passed. Would we be able to use any of that money to work on that?
My guess is that we may be able to use some of that money. I would believe that that's an eligible expense for that. However, my personal opinion is that we should be receiving some help from the parties that I've already indicated. This is regional. Again, the pump station that city taxpayers will be paying for provides fire protection for 2 warehouses that sit in the township of Dunkirk. Just so this council's aware of it. I believe that we should have a full discussion on this in executive session due to the fact that there is pending litigation on this.
Okay, thanks.
Mayor, it's not going to be repaired until the funds are there. Is that correct?
At the present time, the plan is to repair it if and when we do get funds. The plan would be presented to the council so that the council could either approve or disapprove. But again, my recommendation is that we try to work collaboratively with the parties that I've mentioned.
Right.
This is again something that I feel is a regional issue and not just a city of Dunkirk issue.
Thank you.
The other thing
absolutely, I totally agree with you.
So the other thing I wanted to mention is the LED project. I saw some of the emails that went by regarding the photo that was in the paper. I did reach out to the company officials to let them know that I want them to be in compliance with all federal, state, and OSHA regulations. I do have in my possession a letter from them, signed from their CEO, stating that they are going to be doing that. And then the other thing was the Pier 30 project is coming along. They look to be, they're doing some finishing touches in there. They look to be open by May 1st. So that's the good news.
So I'm not putting you on the spot, Mayor, but what are you thinking about this year as far as like Memorial Day parade and getting the softball tournaments back? You think that we might see a green light for that this year?
I am hoping there is a green light. I am not too optimistic about the Memorial Day parade. As you know, that is one of our biggest events, draws in thousands of people. Currently, state is saying that they are allowing now up to 200 people for outdoor events. And the Memorial Day parade is obviously going to draw in more people than that. Right. We're hoping that as we move forward into summer, that these restrictions get lifted. And if they do, then we're going to be planning for a 4th of July celebration and some of our other events.
Okay, excellent. Thanks. I appreciate it.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Communication of public and petitions.
Number 1, request from the Dunkirk City School District to have police coverage for the following Dunkirk football games: Saturday, April 3rd at 10 a.m., Friday, April 9th at 7 p.m., Saturday, April 24th at 10 a.m., Friday, April 30th at 7 p.m., and Saturday, May 1st at 10 a.m.
Chief Portolano, we're all good with this, like we discussed in the workshop?
Yes, sir, Councilman, all good to go.
All right, thank you, Chief. Any discussion, council? Need a motion to refer this to the city attorney and the police chief, and also the PBA. By Romano, second by Nichols. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried. Number 2.
Number 2, request from Juan Rivera on behalf of Unique Car Club of Dunkirk to hold their 3rd annual car show at Point Gracia Park on Saturday, August 14, 2021 from noon till 6 p.m. Proceeds from the car show will be donated to the local PBA.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, Paul, just wanted to add that Mr. Rivera was at the March 5th DPW committee meeting when we talked with Low Original Car Club, and he explained how he runs it, and he assured us that he leaves the park in good shape when he leaves. So hopefully between the police department and parks or whatever, we can maybe ride through there after somebody's done, just to make sure that it's in good shape, so we're not blaming the wrong people.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, like we said, we discussed that with the police chief also, you know, about the noise and everything during the workshop. So, you know, the police department's on board, Department of Public Works on board. Is there any other discussion?
No, as I said during the workshop, my concern is the loudness of the music for the residents that live down there.
Yeah, like I said, I think it was everybody's concern when we had that meeting last Friday with them. I think we kind of got the message out, you know, the ball's in their court. So it depends how they act and the way they leave it. So, like I said, I think we made it very clear to everybody that's going to be renting the parks. So with that, I'm satisfied. So any other discussion? All right, with that, I need a motion to refer that to the police chief and Department of Public Works.
So
By
moved.
Williams, second by Pamanto.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
No.
Councilmember Nichols.
No.
Councilmember at-large Vandenboer.
Aye, carried.
Number 3, request from Frankie Ramos, owner of Ramos Tacos and More on the boardwalk in Dunkirk, to host a singer accompanied by a radio on May 5th, 2021 from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, Richard, you are going to contact the other tenants down there on the boardwalk to see if they're in agreement with this? Thank you.
Yep, definitely.
Good deal. Motion to refer this to the city attorney and police chief and Department of Public Works director
Nichols.
by Nichols, second by
Second.
Graham. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuber.
Aye, carried. Number 4.
Number 4, notice of claim from Paul Leone of 668 Brigham Road for damages to his basement that was flooded due to backup sewage.
Any discussion, council?
I just want to say something, Paul. When they send in pictures to us, they're not very clear, and I don't really know if we really need them because we can't see anything on them anyway. When they do the notice of claim and they take pictures of the damages, I don't know if they need to do that. Do you think they need to send us those pictures that we can see?
Yeah, like
That's just
I know they need to do that for their insurance claims and stuff, but I mean, as far as sending it to, so as long as we have something on record, the city needs something on record. I'm sure Richard receives all that also, so.
Right. Save the paper, save a tree.
Yeah, there you go. Anybody else? Need a motion to refer the city attorney and Department of Public Works director
First.
by Bamanto,
Second.
by Williams.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuber.
Aye, carried.
Number 5, loudspeaker application request from Douglas Jaffrey on behalf of the Northern Chautauqua Conservation Club for permission to use speakers radio and host live bands for various events starting May 20th, 2021 to October 1st, 2021 until 1 a.m.
Any discussion, council?
Just the time frame, as I said during the workshop, 1 o'clock is the normal for any of the waterfront establishments, correct?
Yep, from May 20th, like Edwin said, until October 1st. Yep, and that's what the police chief also back.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, need a motion to refer this to appropriate departments as well as approved subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions.
Nichols?
By Nichols, second.
Second.
By Mamonto. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuber.
Aye, carried.
Number 6, loudspeaker application request from Jason Schranz on behalf of Bart Scove for permission to use speakers for bands inside and outside from May 1st, 2021 to November 30th, 2021. Times may vary from 1 p.m. ending by 1 a.m.
Any discussion, council? Pretty much the same thing. It's usually my usual. I need a first
First.
by Bamanto. Second by Williams. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuber.
Aye, carried.
Number 7, loudspeaker application request from Frankie Ramos of Ramos Tacos and More at the Boardwalk for permission to have a radio boombox at his restaurant on May 5th, 2021 from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. to promote his restaurant and the Dunkirk Boardwalk.
Any discussion, council? Pretty much same thing. I need a motion to refer this to appropriate departments as well as approved subject to appropriate insurances, usual conditions. Same thing that we've been doing for like the last 2.
Nichols?
By Nichols, second.
Second.
By Bamanto. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhuber.
Aye, carried.
Number 8, loudspeaker application request from Juan Rivera on behalf of Unique Car Club to use amp speakers for a DJ on Saturday, August 14, 2021 from 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. at Point Gratiot Park.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, just again, just a reminder that this permit, loudspeaker permit, isn't for the car radios that are involved in there. So if they're blaring it, then I guess that the chief and his gentleman will be called up for that one. Just wanted it on the record.
Yes.
Anybody else? Need a motion for my usual conditions?
So moved.
First by Williams,
Second.
by Bamanto. Clerk call the roll.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
No,
Councilmember Nichols,
No,
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoover.
Aye, carried. Moving on to reports, standing committees, boards and commissions. Councilman Williams.
Yeah, I was contacted by Chris Anson of Lakeside Precision about parking on the dead end of Dove Street between Second and the tracks. And just wanted to know, he's not looking to, he wants to work with people. He said the neighborhood's good there. Just there's some spots that they park where it doesn't leave room for a tractor trailer to turn into the driveway. I talked to Randy by phone, and then I sent an email out, and then the chief responded to that one. So we're just looking for some type of way to remedy that to make it efficient for everybody. If Randy's got an idea or the chief does.
We can go down and take a look at it, Don. As I said in my email, several years ago, we checked into that, and we arranged the parking signs there at the request of Lakeside Precision. The issue with it is banning parking completely on one side would mean that during the winter, every other day, no one could park on that street, and during the summer, every other week, no one could park on that street.
Correct.
So, I mean, I can get together with Mr. Woodbury and we can go down and take a look at it with Mr. Anson and see if we can jockey some of the signs around to keep everybody happy. I don't want to take the parking away from the residents and force them to not be able to park on their street for weeks at a time or days at a time.
Correct. And Mr. Anson doesn't want to do that either.
Okay, I'll get together with Mr. Woodbury and we'll look at it.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
The other thing that I have is what's the policy for when we rent the pavilions at the point? If somebody gets the Brooks Pavilion, do they have access to the kitchen there?
May I?
Yeah, go ahead, Edwin.
Okay, so
Yes,
in the
please.
past, we tried last year to have people given access to the kitchen. And at this point, we are not allowing access to the kitchen.
right.
When did that change?
There's change late at the end of the season last year. We were allowing people to use the kitchen with the rental of the Brooks Pavilion. And we had some situations that had us change the policy on that.
So I guess what I was hearing was there's a celebration of life that was supposed to be scheduled July 1st at that pavilion, and they were told that they couldn't use the kitchen, and they were told that council said that they couldn't use the kitchen because of COVID. And I didn't remember. I talked with some of the other council members. They don't remember us talking about that. Wouldn't that be something that the council would have to make a policy of?
If the council wants to make a policy on that, then I would follow the council's policy.
Yeah, so if I could intervene in this, why don't we all get together and see if we can go into executive session, before the season starts and see what we can come up with. I think it's a good idea to make sure that we're all on the same page and we're all on board here.
Well, the mayor would like to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to remind the council and the city clerk that we recently, in the past few years, remodeled the point so we could bring more people and more events and bigger events to the point. And part of that was the kitchen. So I think we probably do need to have a meeting so that we are all on the same page as we move forward.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think that's probably one of the things that we need to, I mean, that's probably when they rent that, they want to rent the kitchen, and, you know, I have no objection to them using the kitchen at all, believe me. So, I mean, I think that we need to sit down and get that in writing, and we'll have a executive session, and we'll get that, especially because the season's right around the corner for us.
All right, thank you. That's all I had.
Okay, thanks. Councilman Bomano.
Yes, I have one announcement and a few comments. There'll be a finance meeting Thursday, April 1st, 4 p.m. in the mayor's conference room. And speaking of the mayor, I'd like him to thank, he got involved in getting Mr. Pringle get some of that stuff moved out of the way in the back of his building there so people can walk along the pipes there in Memorial Park. Mr. Mayor, can you comment on that and how that all went about? Because I'm guessing Mr. Pringle didn't even realize what was going on back there.
Well, we did reach out to him and asked him if he could move that. What he was doing was taking out, we had asked him back in May to fix up some of those docks and the slips that we have over there. We've gotten some boaters who did complain on that, and he said he would use this time because of COVID to take those docks out and work on them. And that was part of what you were seeing was some of those docks that came out. But when he was asked to open that area up, he complied and opened it right up for us.
Thank you,
And
Mr.
we are, just so the council's aware of it, we are having another meeting with Mr. Pringle to see if he can clear up some of the boats that are, these are boats that have been there for decades, the ones that are blocking the nice view of the lake. And so I want to meet with him to see how we can help him move those boats to a different area. So if the council would like to be involved in that meeting, you're more than welcome to join us.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I thank Mr. Pringle for getting that done for us. So I went down there and you can get through there pretty good now. Also, I'd like to thank Diane Andrasik from the City Historical Society. She gave out her yearly report. It's pretty in-depth. There's a lot of things going on down there. Whoever thought up the idea of getting nice, beautiful maroon fleeces for their fundraiser, I went down there and got one. I love it. It's really warm. So I'd like to thank her very much. Also, a shout out to the DHS girls bowling team. They just recently won their third straight state championship. That is a big deal. You know, great job, Dunkirk Marauder girls bowling team and their coach, Mrs. Cabrera. And that's all I have, Paul.
Yeah, thanks, Marty. Thanks for reminding me about that, about the Dunkirk bowling team, the girls bowling team. I forgot all about that. That's an incredible feat that those guys accomplished. And, you know, and Donna Cabrera is a real good friend of mine, and a lot of our friends' kids are on that team. So it's always great to see. So yeah, thanks, Marty. I appreciate that very much for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
Councilman Stoyl.
I got nothing here. I'll be contacting both chiefs to set up our next public safety meeting.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Nichols.
Yes, I have a couple for Richard, but I think the mayor started answering one. It was just if he was making any headway with the abandoned boats behind the boardwalk, and the mayor started by having a meeting with Mr. Pringle. And also an update on the broken docks that are behind the old Stefan's building. Did we ever find out who does indeed have possession of those? If it was Mr. Pringle or the city, because something has to be done before the weather turns and the kids are out there playing on them.
Those the ones to the left of Dimitri's there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think those are owned by Pringle, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll talk to him about that when we meet with him.
Remember when we had the discussion about the group of fishermen that wanted to put in the lift so that the handicapped people could get out into the boat and go for a boat ride, the captains would be taking them out.
Right.
And that was the location that they chose to do it because it was out of the way, away from everything else in the mainstream of what was going on the pier.
Okay.
And
We'll follow up with him on that.
if you want to make note of it also, if you take a drive down by the end of Main Street, Mr. Pringle has some pieces of dock down there. There's like 4 or 5 pieces of his turquoise docking.
Okay.
Randy, I just, the last meeting I asked, but I didn't hear an answer. If there was going to be any of the parking striping done on Central Avenue, and then along with the fancy crosswalks, if there was going to have time to do it this year or not.
Yes, that was part of the agreement of the central connection. And it's some of the work the city's gonna do in-house. Andy Bone has, of the engineering division here, has got the specifications out so we can give to the streets division. And we can easily do that. It's a special kind of paint that the engineers designed for those. And when weather permits, we'll get to all those stripes.
Thank you. And if and when the last October's windstorm, the branches and the limbs that had come down, if any of those are indeed going to be finished being picked up, there's quite a few piles up in GA. And just as a special request for the numerous residents up here in the 4th Ward, could they start up here and work backward, like 4, 3, 2, 1? That would make the people up here happy. And the last thing I have is Jill reminded me we have a CDBG meeting on March 22nd at 4 p.m. in the mayor's conference room. That's it.
All right, thank you.
Councilwoman,
Yes.
if I could clarify, it's the economic development meeting is Thursday at 4 o'clock.
Sorry.
The county and the consultants will be presenting the results of the NRG feasibility study. And that will be via Zoom. The link is on the city website, but we can also meet in the mayor's conference room as well.
Thank
you, Jill.
Okay, thank you. I just have 2 things, like I asked Richard in the workshop. Richard, if you could get the council in agreement for the Pier 30 building with Mr. Pringle, I would appreciate that so we can take a look at that lease agreement from the questions that we asked last council meeting. We're not in agreement how that was, what the answer that we received from the treasurer. So we want to take a look at it and we want that in our hands. So that I'd appreciate that. And also if we can get a copy of the agreement with the county for the use of the senior center.
So on that one, Councilman Large, I emailed you guys during the break a copy of the existing one that goes back to 2011.
Okay.
Sent that to the whole council, and that was just an ongoing, it was called the services agreement. And I also reached out to one of the county attorneys I've been working with. We started that conversation in December and just have to pick it back up and asked if they could provide a draft. And she was in agreement that this time around it should be more of a lease versus it was a simple one pager that just kind of outlined, you're doing this, we're doing that. And it was very basic that they did back in 2011. So this time around, I told her, having more of a lease would make more sense. And if they present a draft, then we can review that together.
Yeah, great idea, Richard. I appreciate that. Okay, that's all I have. Going to unfinished business.
Paul, if I can.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Chief.
Yep. I just want to remind everyone that alternate parking will change April 4th. That's Easter Sunday. And we will go from daily to weekly. So on Sunday, it's the 4th. So at 5 o'clock on Sunday, you would change to the even side for an entire week. Our overnight parking also ends at Brigham Road, Main Street Central, a lot of the smaller, narrow side streets. That's the 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. That ends until November as well. And I want to take this opportunity to remind everyone that we like them to move their cars as close to 5 o'clock as we possibly can. We've been tagging a lot of cars that have been moving 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30. all that does is create a public safety issue for us to get our fire trucks down streets. So we're trying to remind everyone to move as close to 5 as well too. Thank you.
Yep, thanks, Chief. I appreciate that. Thanks for reminding us on that. You know, as much as it is a pain, it's always good to hear that it's that time of year that we got to make that change. So I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, going to unfinished business. Don, do you have something?
Yes, on March 5th at the DPW committee meeting, we had 3 members of the organizers of the Low Original Car Show. And they explained to us in quite detail on what they plan on doing and what they do there. And I believe after you checked with the rest of the council members, it was all in agreement that we'd be trying to bring this up to reconsider their requests. So I would like to make a motion to reconsider the request of the Low Original Car Show for their car show they wanted to do on July 18th, I believe.
Okay. Any a second?
I'll second.
By Vermonto. It's open for any discussion on the council. Anybody?
They gave a very good presentation, Paul. You had it via phone, but Don and I were quite impressed with the way they handle things. And we do know many of the people that have vehicles that do participate in that, as well as Chief Edwards knows. And he also did give them a high recommendation because it is a near and dear to his heart organization. Thank you, Chief.
Okay.
Councilman, if I may as well, would this include a loudspeaker permit as well?
Yeah, that loudspeaker permit, that was already granted to them.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Thank you.
at the last meeting. Yeah, thanks, Chief. I appreciate it. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoever.
Aye, carried. Moving on to pre-filed resolution.
Number 17, resolution authorizing Adopt a Garden program.
Yeah, Chief Edwards, could you comment what we were talking about in the workshop about this, please?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment, and I actually, between the workshop and the meeting, I was contacted by Andy Bone, and the plots that they've selected are not near any fire hydrants, so that satisfies my concern about that. But I just, we have had that problem in the past, but not necessarily from this group, but neighbors that meant well. They planted a small garden and then it grew and ended up hiding some of the fire hydrants. So we can't have that, and I'm sure between DPW and this group, they'll make sure it doesn't happen.
All right. Thanks, Chief. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoever.
Aye, carried. 18.
Number 18, authorizing the Dunkirk Fire Department to provide event EMS services for a fee.
Any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoever.
Aye, carried. New business? Anything? Seeing none, motion to adjourn
So
So
moved.
move.
by Williams, seconded by Nichols. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams,
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto,
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl,
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols,
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vandenhoever.
Aye, carried. Meeting's adjourned. Have a good night, everybody.
Night, Paul. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Happy St. Patty's Day, Judge.
You too, brother. You too.
Thanks,
I'll be
man.
thinking. I'll be thinking of Dad tomorrow.
There you go. A lot of people will.
One of my old partners.
You got it. Thanks, man.
Hey, good luck with your whatever you got going.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
How you doing, Paulie? Roger. What am I saying, Paulie?